Welcome to the Caddo Convos, the podcast that explores the vibrant community of businesses thriving in Caddo Office Reimagined. We're here to shine a light on the incredible entrepreneurs and professionals who make the most of our private offices, co-working spaces, and day office rentals in the Dallas-Fort Worth suburbs. Join us as we share their stories, celebrate their successes, and dive into the benefits of working in a space that's close to home but offers so much more than working from home. Let's get started with today's conversation. So joining me today on the Caddo Convos is Brad Parnell with Genie Rocket. Brad, thanks for joining me in the studio.
Happy to be here.
Awesome to see you. So let's jump right in and tell me, what does Genie Rocket do? How do you benefit your customers?
Great question. So we love to help businesses grow through storytelling. And we believe that storytelling is the best form of marketing.
Indeed.
So a lot of people call us a marketing agency. We like to call ourselves storytellers. So we just simply help businesses clarify their message, tell their story, and then get found on the right platforms. And then one of the things that we do that's a little bit different is we actually teach people to fish.
Nice.
Now, I'm not talking about fishing at a lake.
Right.
But once we get them up and going, we actually do a lot of coaching. And so we help clients know how to continue on their own to grow instead of having to learn how to rely on other people to do the most important part of their job of lead gen and growth.
That's right. Basically, the proverbial teach a man to fish, and then he'll eat the rest of his life.
That's right.
That's terrific. So tell me about give me the range of services. So, kind of they're listening for how can they help me? What are they searching for when they find you?
Yeah, great question. A lot of people are looking for, just like any small business, it's like, I need more leads and I need sales. And so a lot of people come in for that, like, hey, we just need more customers to grow. And so we help them do that, like hey, let's get you some ads launched. Let's help you generate leads. We put them on a really great platform. That's a CRM. So we teach them how to use a CRM, how to create some automations and leverage AI to follow up with customers. Kind of the basics. And then we have a couple clients that we actually act as a CMO for. So we shoot their videos, build their websites, kind of do some bigger work. But our bread and butter is really helping people generate leads, show them how they can do it on their own, and then give them the tools and the coaching to continue doing it by themselves.
Talk to me about the history of your business. When did you start? Why did you start? Right?
Great question. Yeah. So, man, I've been doing this since 2011. I grew a traditional marketing agency. I had about 15 full-time employees. We made the common mistake of most businesses to say, hey, we're going to do everything for everyone. And we made a lot of money. We grew really fast. And then I realized, like, this kind of goes to my why. Like, I love helping people and helping people reach breakthroughs, grow, get results. And that's really hard to do when you're trying to do everything for everyone at an unlimited capacity, right? It's hey, can you do this? It's like, sure, we'll figure it out. So fast forward to now, like, we've gotten really niche focused on our processes and how we help people. And so that's been a wonderful thing. It's helped me be able to reduce costs, increase value, and deliver better results. And so my why is really just, I know it sounds cliche, but it really is like helping people reach breakthroughs, have an impact. I do a lot of that in person. I do like one-day sessions, in-person sessions, and I love just building those relationships and helping people get those breakthroughs.
And you mentioned AI, and of course, even I'd say AI has been around for a little bit now. As people listen to this, maybe a year from now, it won't be as an enigma that phrase is. Yeah. But how are you employing AI, and what does it mean in the marketing sphere? Oh man,
that is such a great question. And I mean, the neat thing is we're not like looking at what the future could look like. We're living in the future now with it. So the neat part about our CRM tool that incorporates AI is when leads come in, we have an AI bot that automatically responds to leads and books their appointments.
Great.
And we have that over voice and over text. So if you call Genie Rocket, you actually get who answers my phone is an AI agent. And they will say, hey, thanks for calling Genie Rocket. How can I help? And it knows everything about my business. It knows when to forward the call to me. It knows when to send them a text message, and it sends me the entire transcript of the call. So I haven't answered my phone in 6 months.
Brilliant.
I just have AI answering it. And for our customers, they get booked appointments on their calendar all from an AI bot. Lead comes in through like a Facebook lead form, it says, hey, thanks for filling out the form. What day of the week works best for you? They don't even have to leave their text message screen and they can book their own appointment.
Right.
So it's been just a legit game changer for us and for our clients.
Well, and it's a benefit to both because they can get what they need, the services they need quickly without the barriers of, when can I get a call back?
Yeah.
Right. They're getting that immediately. And then that removes the barrier that is the people that in the schedule, and they get right on the schedule. And then for you, obviously, it frees up time to do what you do well.
That's right.
Which is help them with the reason they called.
Well said.
That's pretty fabulous. Yeah. So AI is a tool. Embrace it and use it as a tool. I mean, at one point we were all riding horses, and then the cars came along. Right. Embrace it as a tool to move you forward, even though it feels like it's going fast.
That's right.
And if you know someone like you who knows how to leverage it properly,
yep.
then you're in much better hands.
And the best instance of that is like, I've got two kids. I've got a 16-year-old and 10-year-old.
Great ages.
And it's like, it's the best. Teaching my son how to drive.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And oh boy, my wife is like, you just take care of that because I can't be in the car. Like that stresses me out.
It usually takes one or the other. Yeah.
One or the other. But thinking about just the time saved, everybody wants freedom in their lives, most business owners, whether it's financial freedom or time freedom. But imagining if this can just get you closer to both of those, like the time freedom of what if you didn't have to answer every single call and every single message, and you had someone trained on your products and services? Because what if you're in flow, like, recording podcasts or doing whatever business you're doing, and you are on the path to creating greatness, but you get a distracting text or a distracting call, and that takes you off flow, and someone's asking a question that anyone can answer. And then how long does that take you to get back into flow state?
Right. Fair. Yeah. We all experienced it because sometimes you just hang here, you're like that sigh that we all have as business owners, like, oh boy, okay, I got to recondition my mind to get back into my business,
That's right.
from that distraction. Who's your ideal customer?
Great question. We love to work with folks, honestly, that are high performers, just in terms of like they're into self-development, self-improvement. They want to grow their business. They're not looking for just like a button push shortcut because guess what? Does not exist. It's just like if you were to work with a personal trainer, it's like, I can't diet and exercise for you.
Right.
But if you show up, we're going to get you some amazing results.
Yeah. If you're committed, it's going to happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we're not just like slide a check under the door and, results magically appear. We're very much like, we'll set it up for you, and then you show up to our weekly coaching sessions, and we're going to keep helping you grow and get better. But it's not going to happen if you don't show up. Right. So all that to say is, people that know the work that it takes to build a brand, to build a business, they're willing to put in some time, and they're ready to learn and grow. And, professional services work great for that. We work with a lot of like coaches, consultants, professional service-based businesses, and man, people with just that right mindset, growth mindset.
Yeah, that's great. And so Genie Rocket is is a Caddo member, and you're in the Tarrant location. Tell me why you chose the Caddo Office Reimagined community.
So I was in a large office space for 10 years, and it was like over 3,000 square feet.
Ooh, yeah.
And I won't tell you how much I paid for that. I won't tell you how much I paid for that over the 10 years.
We can imagine. We can imagine big numbers. Yeah, big numbers.
Big numbers.
Yeah.
And, when I had a big team and stuff, it was good and it made sense. But man, paying for my own cleaning services, my own, coffee, cleaning, AC, like everything was on me. It was a big weight. I couldn't come in and stay focused on what I did best. I had to focus on like, hey, did the cleaner come? Big rent check every month. Like it was just a drain.
Yeah.
And after 10 years of that, walking into a space that was just beautiful, I still pinch myself being like, when does this end? When does this not make sense?
Yeah.
Because every time I walk in, it's beautifully cleaned. I tell my wife is a Disney travel planner, and I'm like, it's like Disney clean in here.
Yeah. Number one job there is to pick up trash, I've heard.
That's right.
They do at Disney. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, clean, beautiful. I do client meetings there. I've had clients fly in from Florida, spend a lot of money with me, spend a full day in the conference room with me, and just seeing I can execute at a high level for high ticket, and it even impresses them. It's just, it's beautiful.
Yeah. It's really,
and the staff there is incredible.
Great space. I want to pivot a little bit because Brad, I see you've got a podcast called, and you're wearing the shirt here. It says Believe in the Leap. Tell me about that podcast.
Yeah, thank you. So I've had a podcast for a long time. I have over 160 episodes, or close to, I think.
Yeah,
started out as
serious.
Pretty serious.
Yeah.
Started out as a marketing podcast I would do in my Jeep. I would just turn my phone around, and after I dropped off my kids at school, I would just talk about marketing. As I've matured over the years, I've gotten more and more into mindset, personal development, even into endurance running. So I do ultra marathons, and I found just this amazing connection of the word endurance. So folks that are endurance entrepreneurs, which is most of us, right? Like we've gone through the ups and downs and here we are. Yeah. Or endurance athletes, where they go through stuff that is not normal. So I interview people like that on my show. A lot of them are faith-based, and we just talk about like, hey, tell us about like the grit and the grind and what got you through it and how you can inspire other people. So it's called Believe in the Leap, because we believe like you're just one leap away from your next big breakthrough. So we would just want to inspire people to take that leap, whether it's in business, whether it's their first 5K, whether it's 100-miler, like whatever that next step is, helping them take that leap.
I just subscribed, so I haven't heard the first episode, but I'm already very excited. Brad, let's say that we all agree social media, for the most part, works for our business, depending on the business. What channel or what area should a business focus on, and why?
Great question. I think a lot of us know like the obvious ones like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and those aren't bad channels to be on. But I think with the rise of AI and just we don't know what's real and what's not real, there's so much noise. What I've found and studied is honestly, YouTube is the second biggest search engine, the second biggest. And you can't fake that much on YouTube, right? So if you get out there as a business owner and you're telling your story, you get professional videos made, you're publishing them, you do that consistently. I mean, I've got, a YouTube coach that I'm about to fly out to Florida and create a bunch of episodes with, and he helps entrepreneurs make a lot of money just through that. But it's the second biggest search engine. It's real, authentic content. It's storytelling, story sell. So I think there's a huge opportunity right now for people just to be on YouTube. Don't worry about it being perfect, but just taking action and start making some videos and answering the burning questions that your dream clients have.
So share a success story. You're a storyteller. So tell me about somebody that went basically from zero and now they're a thriving business.
Man, that's a great question. So one of our biggest success stories is there was a vitamin IV drip therapy franchise, and we had a new location that was just opening up close to our office. Met one of the owners at a Chamber of Commerce meeting, and they wanted to do something new. Corporate was telling them like, hey, this is the path to take. And they thought there's got to be a better way. So we worked with them on sharing their story. So we did video, did some ads. They did everything we told them to do. They opened up with the highest number of monthly subscribers than any of the other franchises nationwide before they even opened their doors. Fast forward, I think it's been almost 2 years. They're still using the program. They've been one of our biggest ambassadors. We've got, I think, like over 70 franchise locations now of that same one. And they are number one in the nation.
How about that?
And it's not something I can take credit for of like, we did all the work, but we set them on the path. We gave them the training and they continued to grow. And now we just sit and applaud. Yep. And, it's all the hard work they put in. Same thing, again, the trainer analogy, right? Like the trainer can't take all the credit for, look at this bodybuilder I built. But he said, hey, I gave them the tools. They took off. And now we're sitting on the sidelines cheering them on.
Wonderful, wonderful. And parting thoughts, Brad, as we close the show out.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I actually heard on another podcast once is, the steps to build your brand or your business. I'm guessing there's lots of business owners listening to this, entrepreneurs.
Let's hope so.
And let's hope so.
It's a good place to be.
It's a great place to be. And I'm thankful you're putting on this podcast too. I think this is fantastic. Yeah, and I think podcasts are just a great way to tell stories and get messages out. But parting thought would be, there's no check you can write and slide it under any sort of, marketer's door or agency's door that's just going to guarantee you overnight success and results. So you build your brand in drips. So it's the consistency every day, doing the hard things consistently. There's no magic button. There's no secret pill. You might have some cool quick wins, but I would just say, staying consistent, staying persistent, not giving up, and focusing on what matters most to you, you will build the brand and the business that you want. It might take time. There's going to be ups and downs, but if you're new as a business owner, just be prepared for those and make sure you're surrounded by a really good community that can support you. Most businesses fail because they just give up too early.
Truth. Thank you for coming on the show and telling me about what you do at Genie Rocket.
So happy to be here. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity.
Thank you for joining us today on the Caddo Convos podcast. A huge shout out to our incredible network of members for making our community vibrant and supportive. If you're looking to boost your productivity and reduce the isolation of working from home, consider joining us at Caddo Office Reimagine. Our spaces are designed to meet your evolving needs, support remote work, and foster a sense of community that's hard to find at home. Whether you're a startup aiming for growth, a freelancer seeking a professional setting, or a company looking to optimize resources, Caddo offers a perfect blend of flexibility and innovation. By joining us, you'll be a part of a dynamic business ecosystem that helps you thrive. For more information, visit caddooffices.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Caddo Convos.